All right, look. I've been waiting for this episode. I thought that my last video on this topic would be the last time I would have to address this, but we're back to where we were during March Madness. We're talking about Caitlin Clark. We're talking about Angel Reese. We're talking about women's basketball. There are a bunch of layers to this. A bunch of layers, bro. So most recently, Angel Reese, she posted something on Twitter. She deleted it. It was a tweet. I'll have it somewhere here. But she said after a great win against the Liberty away, and that's on getting a win in a packed arena, not just because one player on our charter flight. Skytown. I'm an Angel Reese fan. In terms of all the rookies that have been playing this season, she's easily number 2. Her and Caitlin Clark, I believe, honestly, have met expectations. I mean, you have people before the draft that was saying she doesn't deserve to be drafted. She's not a WNBA prospect. She is, bro. And she's made for this league, and she will be in this league for years to come, and she will be a force in this league for years to come. If you can rebound like that at that high of a level, look, coaching will fix her shooting 35% from the field. She can fix that. But she has a God-given ability to get a rebound. And we're seeing it all across sports. Literally, rebounding the ball is one of the most important things on the basketball court. You heard what Dawn Staley said in the March Madness tournament. We got to rebound the ball. Offensive rebounds was huge. Were huge. So here's the thing, though. We're not talking about the hoops. We're talking about other stuff. The haters. And so Charles Barkley, he went out here, and I did not agree with what he said. Charles Barkley said, these women are petty. Why are y'all hating on Caitlin Clark? And I didn't like that. Because I criticized Diana Taurasi because I felt like, why are you saying that reality is coming and the girl hasn't even got to the WNBA? Matter of fact, she wasn't even drafted. Matter of fact, March Madness wasn't even over. So I feel like that was just disingenuous. It was like, all right, bro, like what you doing? You being a UConn homer. Now you saying that Paige Beckers, that you would pick her with the number 1 overall pick if she came out this draft. Like, it was weird. So I got that. That, in my opinion, was hating. People, otherwise, they thought like, oh, DT, she's just competitive. That's how she is. I thought that was hating. Outside of Diana Taurasi, who has been hating on Caitlin Clark? Who? And Ella Duncan had a beautiful, speech or, little segment where she was like, who the hell is hating? Was Breanna Stewart hating when she, gave her a hard screen? Was Sabrina Ionescu, was she hating when she hit a 3, faked her out with the, fake pass, hit that 3, shrugged her shoulder? Was Dejanay for the Connecticut Sun, like, was she hating when she was picking, Caitlin's pocket in her first game? They not hating, they playing the game. So I don't think that he's referring to that. I don't know what Chuck was referring to. But in terms of WNBA players, I don't see them hating. I don't. What I do see is the fans hating on Caitlin Clark. And it's a lot of the fans that previously watched the WNBA and are upset for some reason that there are new fans that have started to watch the WNBA strictly because of Caitlin Clark. Newsflash, the more success Caitlin Clark has, the more it puts a spotlight on the greats before her. Because when Caitlin Clark had her rookie debut and it wasn't that good, I look back, I was like, how did the all-time greats do in their rookie debut? I see Candace Parker, 34 points in her rookie debut. Was dominant day one. That might be the best rookie debut in basketball history. And look, I'm a casual fan. I just started watching this John for real. And so it's like, for me, I'm a casual fan. Kaylin is allowing me to do more research on how people before Kaylin did in their rookie debut. This helps everybody. I guarantee you that Candace Parker's rookie debut, the views went up with the hype of Caitlin Clark. People want to compare. People want to see, how did they do? We do the same thing. We do the same exact thing in the NBA. How did Wemby do compared to Kareem when he was a rookie? How did Wemby do compared to Hakeem? Whoever it is, we compare. That's what we do. We talk hoops. But then I saw this tweet that grinded my gears. Do y'all realize how absolutely disrespectful it is to attribute the growth of the WNBA to one white woman when black women been the ones who've put in all the work for you to even know who she is and have a league to play professionally in? Why are we making this about white versus black? The fact that you're even, dumbing down Kaylin to just a white woman is insane. It's ignorant. I ain't gonna say it's racist, but it's ignorant. There's clearly a reason why she's pulling up from 30. What are we talking about? Pulling up from 30, bro. She's clearly got people watching in ways that they've never watched before. And two things can be true. Caitlin Clark is helping grow the game to heights it's never seen. But there also have been great players that laid the foundation for her to get brought up. Two can be true. So I'm tired of people trying to equate talking highly of Caitlin Clark as a diss to all the other players or the past players in the WNBA. And it's crazy because even the past legends are supporting her. Lisa Leslie, an all-time great, a legend. Not only in women's basketball, in basketball. What does she say? Caitlin Clark better be on the U.S. Olympic team this year. That's praise. That's praise. So I just, this is not, and this is why people have problems with, this whole, I feel like this is why the WNBA has had trouble sometimes. You can't, people want to talk about hoops, bro. People want to talk about hoops. You can't make everything in hoops race. You can't. Not in hoops. Not in hoops. When we're not talking about Kaepernick, I get that. Sometimes sports and race intertwine. Caitlin Clark happens to be white, but she's pulling up from 30. She is doing stuff that we really haven't seen at that clip before. She's basically doing stuff that NBA players have not done with her shooting ability. It doesn't make any sense. Back to Angel Reese, who I started off with. You're too good to be doing this. You're too good to be worried about the negativity, Angel Reese. Way too good. Way too good. You have met expectations, I would say surpassed expectations so far in your rookie season. and you're showing people you belong. Of course, there's going to be some people that hate. Of course, there's going to be some people that try to discredit what you've done to the game. Of course, there's going to be some people that just want to ride the bandwagon of Caitlin Clark and don't want to give any credit to anybody else. Caitlin Clark is the biggest reason, but Angel Reese is a huge reason too. Huge reason too. And Angel Reese, if she walks through the turnstiles, it's going to be people lining up for an autograph because she's box office, because she's a superstar. So I just don't get, like, you not only are doing it on the court, you're doing it off the court. Why are you feeding into the negativity? You're better than that. You're better than that. I believe that's why she deleted it. She looked back. She was like, I don't need to do this. Plus, y'all not even 8 games in the season yet, and you tell like what's we doing? So then this opens a can of worms of people to say, hey, like, don't try to play the victim. And I'm not for that. I know Emmanuel Acho, he said, like, you can't be like the big bad wolf and then turn to like Courage the Cowardly Dog, whatever that line was. I ain't like that. But there is something where you can't keep playing into the villain role when it's convenient for you, when you win, and then when you lose, you play the victim. Oh, why is everybody hating on me? You're inviting it. You're inviting it. Yes, people will hate regardless, but you talking strictly to and antagonizing the haters doesn't help when you don't need it. People are going to regardless support you. People are going to regardless be at your games. And regardless, you're going to fill out arenas because your box office, you're a superstar. And you're playing well on the court. This is above you. You don't need to do this. What is this for? This is like, this will be like, remember Victor Wembanyama? When Wembanyama, his first summer league game, he wasn't that good. Let's just say, his first big game. Let's say Victor Wembanyama beat the Nuggets, in the regular season. Had a great game. Remember when he, outdueled Jokic? That would be like him tweeting, yeah, y'all thought I was a bust. Y'all thought that, I wasn't going to be that guy. Look, I've arrived. And it's like, bro, you ain't gotta say that. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Angel Reese. So I just don't get it. It's so many levels to unpack with this, with the Angel Reese part, where she's definitely an influential figure in women's basketball. But she sometimes feeds into it. And I get it. Like, bro, I'm 23 years old. Angel Reese is 22. She's 22. She's a multi-millionaire. She's famous. If I had that much money, if I had that much fame at my age, I can't guarantee what I'd do. Maybe I would pop it after my game. So I ain't judging, but it is immature to tweet something like that. We don't need that. You don't need that, bro. You don't need that. So that's my thought on the Angel Reese part. Back to the Caitlin Clark part. Stop trying to make everything about race when it comes to women's hoops. Can people just talk about the hoops? Talk about the hoops. What happened that fever game when Aaliyah Boston, missed that wide open layup? It was people saying, hey, don't criticize Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark got that tech. Bro, Aaliyah Boston has not played well this season. It's not hating black women. It's analyzing basketball like you want us to do and say, she was the Rookie of the Year, an all-star, and she is significantly underperforming. Now, can she bounce back? Can she improve? Do I believe she will improve? Yes. But let's not act like Aaliyah Boston is helping Caitlin Clark and is helping the Fever win some games. And it's totally valid to call her out. You can't ask for this to be mainstream and then get mad when people are talking about hoops. The same way that if Ben Simmons, if he didn't shoot the ball, he would get criticized. The same way that if Wembanyama, if he started off slow, he would get criticized. The same way that if Bron folded in 2011, he got criticized. Like, people are judging hoops. This is what happens when stuff becomes mainstream. We compare. That's what it is. It's good that it's in this space. It's good that it's in this space. It's a phenomenal thing. It's a beauty. But when people try to make it about hoops and then you make hoops about race, so look, it's real talk about Miles Johnson where, I always keep it real. I'm a big proponent of women's basketball. I was huge on college hoops. I was watching college hoops, women's college hoops, way more than the men's. Way more entertaining. But I'm getting tired of having to have these conversations again about white and black, race and this. I'm like, can we just stick to the basics and judge somebody on what they've done on the court? Caitlin, regardless of the turnovers and all that stuff, she's been hooping. Angel Reese, yeah, she shot 35% from the field, but she's been hooping. Let's do that. Not these conversations about, well, black women, they built up this league. Y'all praising some white girl who, is getting, is supposedly the savior and all this stuff. Bro, the more success Caitlin has, the more success everybody else has. Is Real Talk about Johnson. Y'all know I always keep it real. I'm out, y'all.